Now let's talk about people like us who went through, who life bashed, some made poor choices, life bashed some others meted those abuse against them. And those things actually stopped them. But somewhere in life, they pivoted and they became people that are making impact not only in their life, in their immediate family's life, they are making impact nationally, globally, and in the lives of many people. For example, Sarah Jakes Roberts, the daughter of Bishop T.D. Jakes. Her story is not a new thing for those of us that may not know. She got pregnant at 13. She made some poor choices. She dropped out of school. Her first marriage didn't work. And just life was all upside down. When I listen to her story, I hear her talk about how the first time she came to church with her baby, she felt she wasn't supposed to be there. She felt she didn't deserve to be there. She felt she had her choices has practically painted her black, that nothing good can come out of her. But because her father and family believed in her, in spite of her failings, in spite of her shortcomings, one step at a time, she found that God loved her even as she is. She found Jesus in a personal way. And today, her story is a healing point for many women or many young girls who might have gone through the things that she has gone through. An interesting part is that she went back to school to take her college degree. God gave her a second chance of a new home, a marriage to Pastor Torrey Roberts, and she has a happy family. At some point, Sarah Jakes Roberts had to forgive herself of her poor choices, forgive herself of the messes, forgive even maybe her husband in her first marriage, and allow God to pour into her. And today she's a powerful woman, speaking out loudly, influencing lives, and doing great things with her life. Another is from Nigeria, Pastor Dolapo Lawal. This was somebody that did drugs, lived a wild life, partying, did women, was all over the place, such that, in his own words, he was really a bad person, a bad child that actually troubled his parents. He gave instances of where he will get drunk and just find himself lying down naked or just, in a very compromising position, until a turnaround came in his life. He also met Jesus, and Jesus cleansed him, gradually fixed him, and turned his life around. Today, he's making so much impact in the lives of so many young people like himself and people all around. At some point, Pastor Dolapo Lawal had to forgive himself, had to make hard choices to say, do I want to continue to live like this, or do I want to step up and become all that God has put in me? Another is Joyce Meyer, who is over 80 years old now. Her story is that the one person that was meant to protect her, build her, secure her future, abused her. And this is her father. Her father abused her sexually and verbally for several years, from childhood until she was about 18 years. What hurt could be so great like that? This is one big hurt. Of course, this messed up her young adulthood life, where she was battered emotionally. Her mom that was supposed to stand up for her did not stand up for her. So she was hurt by both her parents. And she also made poor choices because she felt like someone that nothing good can come out of. At the end of the day, God found her. Joyce found Jesus, and Jesus gave her a new beginning. Gradually, she had to come to terms with forgiving her father, her parents. And that became a message that she carried to the world, a message that she used to help other people that were abused, that were hurting from abuse, from loved ones or people that should protect them. And she became a beacon of hope and light. And all over the world, Joyce's footprint can be felt as she touches countries with relief materials. She touches people with the message of hope, the message of God's love. And at the end of the day, one of the difficult parts was that she had to, after forgiving her parents, she had to, even under the command of God, set them up in a house and take care of them in their old age. I tell you, that kind of heart needs the power of the supernatural to be able to even think of forgiving such a people. But it is doable. In other words, you have the power to make the choice to heal from a hurt, whether a hurt inflicted by yourself or a hurt inflicted by someone. The starting point is deciding that you can heal, you want to heal, and asking for help where you need, because the more you hold on to the hurt, the more it holds you back. Another person is Sumbo Adeoye. She is known to be the first baby mama of Two-Face Idibia, the popular musical artist. Unmarried to him, they had 2 children together, and they were living together. They were cohabiting, and things didn't work out. She moved out and became a single mom. It looked like her life was going down the hill. She picked up herself, built some business, fending for herself and her children. But at some point, it got to her. She probably felt she didn't deserve the best of life. At some point, this poor choice was holding her back from becoming so much more that God had for her. And when she found God again, when she found Jesus, He gave her a new beginning. And interestingly, she got married now to Pastor Adeoye, who took her in with her boys, and they both have beautiful children together. And Pastor Sumbo Adeoye is flourishing both in her business, in ministry. Her children are flourishing. She's now able to, view life from a lens of, I can be so much more. I am forgiven. I have messed up, but I can still become. I can make new choices that builds me forward. So one very common thing, one key common thing with all of these people like us was that they chose to forgive themselves. They chose to forgive others. They found God. They found their maker who gave them a new beginning. They found Jesus who cleansed them and gave them a new beginning. What hurts are you still holding back? Are you still letting past hurts, past mistakes to hold you back? You can choose to let go, because there is a bigger purpose to your life. Remember that I am rooting for you, and we are going to the top together to succeed and become all that God has ordained for you and I. The pressure, hurt, are all leading to deliver a greater future to you.